Makes me tingle. It gets me excited. And that's like one thing too, is I like mixing in front of house because it comes back to what I said earlier too about having that feeling, making music basically really big with a big giant speaker column and a big room and the energy that literally is coming out from those speakers in that room. It does something. What that is, I really can't tell you. But yeah, it should elicit some form of a response, emotional and otherwise. And I like experiencing music in that environment, especially, again, being able to mix it too. Yeah. It's fun to have that. It's fun to have that control and like, ooh, I get to make it this humongous if it calls for it.
And you get like the live feedback response of the audience, like listening to it in real time. That probably gives you so much energy.
Yeah, man. Gosh, there's definitely been some concerts, where the crowd's into it, you're into it, the band's into it, and it's a very unique symbiotic relationship that most people don't experience because they just go to concerts as an audience member and they have that experience, which is amazing too. But the fact that I kind of piggyback off of their experience and their enjoyment of like, now I'm getting really hyped up too. And it's cool. It's super exciting. Like I totally get why people like want to just perform and do live concerts like their whole life because it's exciting. And there's just a thrill, being in control of that much audio output capability makes you feel big in a way.
Yeah, I'm sure. So it's getting a little bit late here in Israel.
Yeah.
So I think I'm gonna have to hit the bed
we've
soon.
Been talking for
hit
a while.
Hay soon. No, this is awesome. I've been really loving the conversation. So, for a lot of people that are getting started, they want to, let's say, niche down into mixing, or they just want to get involved in audio and production. Like, what's one thing you would either share with them to either do or not do?
I would say just be open to try things. I didn't really know what I wanted to do or even how to go about it without trying to be exposed to a lot of different types of audio, if that makes any sense. So having like a wide knowledge base when you're young, at least you get the experience of trying a lot of different things, I think can be really beneficial to help solidify and narrow down what you don't like and what you're not good at it maybe, and what you do like and are good at. And that's just part of identifying strengths and weaknesses, and doing that is important. And I hope people are still doing that. It's so funny too because the way people learn these days too, as I still think drastically different than even people like you and me learned. The internet is way more of a thing now than it even was when I was in school, and that's crazy because it wasn't that long ago.
Yeah,
but
I'm jealous of the kids growing up. They have it all at their fingertips.
Yeah, it's good and bad, and I think society has shown us both of those sides pretty wonderfully. But yeah, and here's the thing too, and I see this a lot with young folks, is there is so much information out there, and not all of it is good. And so being able to have some way or even someone to help filter and assist your learning, whatever that means for you, I think is really beneficial, because you could go on the internet as a young person interested in doing this job or any other, learn a bunch of info, and it may set you up for a lot of bad habits, because you can kind of, I don't want to say like the wrong way to do this, but you can learn things that are going to make it more difficult for you down the road. And that bums me out, sometimes when people get a hold of stuff like that.
That could be like a good service, is to like be, the internet filter. Yeah. Let me guide you to the right resources.
Yeah. And that's like one thing I've done too. We haven't talked about it at all, but occasionally I have taken my time to do some mentoring of younger folks and like do some more like training of like, hey, come out to the studio. Let's really dive into some topics and talk about things. Let me show you what I'm doing here. I don't really publicize that anymore, and it's not something I do very often. It's kind of like when I have time and when I find someone who I feel like is really interested in, like I have something to give them in a way.
Yeah, sure.
But I do like to do that in my own little way. And I know a lot of people like do more major things, like do YouTube channels and stuff. And I've thought about that. I still kind of want to do that in the back of my head. I've always kind of, in a way, put it off just because I haven't found a good way to put it in my daily workflow yet with things. I don't know. Yeah. But so I still like to do, outreach and education and investing into other people, just in maybe more of like a back scene way. I don't know. I'm kind of that personality anyways. It's kind of like a behind the scenes guy. It's just more or less who I am.
It sounds like an audio engineer.
Yeah, so true. The more I get doing this job, the more I realize I'm pretty destined to do it, or was destined to do it rather.
That's awesome, man. Dude, this has been great. How can our audience find you on the internet and learn a bit more about you?
Yeah, well, website is travisballmixing.com. Pretty straightforward. I'm pretty active on Instagram. I'd love to have you follow me there, and I'll follow you back. And that's just Travis Ball Mixing again. Twitter, Travis Ball Mix. You get the idea.
On brand.
On brand. Trying to keep it on point. But yeah. By the way, your website is just like awesome. I was like, this is like the most user friendly. If I was looking for a mixing engineer, this is like exactly the website I'd want to like come across. That is so kind of you. I was actually thinking about to re-update it because it's actually a couple years old, but maybe I won't.
Really? Or maybe I don't know. Maybe I don't know. From an outsider, it just worked. You know, I was just like, oh, this is a great website.
That means a lot. No, like seriously, again, I love that valid outside expertise or experience, whatever you want to call it.
It's just validation, I guess, but it's not. I'm not an expert in any sense of the word, but it just grabbed me as like, okay, this is the right kind of website. Like this is dope.
Doesn't even matter if you're an expert.
Yeah, right. I guess it's just like a user, right? As a user,
yeah.
The UX UI was perfect, man.
You know it.
In any event. Dude, this has been so fun, and I hope to stay in touch. And
yes, absolutely.
Thanks for joining me on the air.
It's been great, man. I had a great time getting to know you. Looking forward to a friendship now. Yes. My friend way over in Israel. That's so awesome.
You're going to come visit, man.
I would absolutely love to. Like I said, I've been wanting to come back for years, so it's going to be on the list someday.
And I'm going to have to make it over to Nashville one day. This just looks like a scene.
We'd love to have you.
Awesome, man. Totally. Okay, man. Have a great night.
All right. Cheers. Good night.
All right. Take care. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Secret Sonics. I hope you enjoyed my conversation with Travis as much as I did. If you enjoyed this episode or any of our other episodes, I'd really appreciate it if you would go to Apple Podcasts and leave us a rating review and share your favorite episode with a friend or two. That would really be amazing. In addition to that, you can find us on social media. Just search for Secret Sonics on Instagram and Facebook. And you can send me an email if you have any feedback or anything you want to let me know at secretsonics@gmail.com. And also, if there's any interest in this virtual water cooler WhatsApp group which we discussed, let me know by emailing me at secretsonics@gmail.com. I hope you guys have a safe and healthy weekend. I hope you are able to get some work done at home, and whatever you're doing, stay inside, protect yourself, and protect the people around you. All right, have a great day, guys. Bye-bye.